Well, I've heard of UPtober, sure. Who hasn't? I mean, have you heard of traptober? Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea, hey. Good morning, everybody. My name's pianomattyb. That is Scaramucci's. This is your morning TA. A brief glimpse in the crypto markets, where the sun's shining, where the winds blow. All the humble opinion of this piano. Zamboni ringing. The FOMO index has jumped up to 50 from yesterday's 48. Bitcoin dominance is 49.4%. 24-hour volume is 36 billion. The overall market cap is 1.12 trillion. Give or take 100 million. Well, UPtober does not like to waste time. It's not Downtober or Mehtober. She's UPtober. But we talked about this, so it should have come as no surprise to anyone. In this boutique community, when Bitcoin price action, well, she had a little pump. You take the pull, you slide it all, the breakout point, and then we're all at 28.1-ish. My heartbreakingly homeopathic outlook would be to break through 27.4, continue up, closing a candle at or above the 200 moving average at 28.1. And where would a 6% September close put us? Well, it's right up at our noisy little so-and-so's bull flag target of 28.1-ish. And Lord love a duck, she didn't do just that. After side-eyeing the 20 moving average all weekend long, Bitcoin gathered up its pent-up bullish oompah and exploded up, blasting through our ascending channel's resistance, peaking out at 28.4, and has cooled its jets back down to a time of production, 28.2, planting us firmly above all three moving averages once again. And when asked if Canadian simp and cuck rich kid Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was actually sick or just had a Colombian cold, Justin wiped his nose and sniffed. What's a private jet good for if you can't rip rails? Is that a dad alert? Yes, it is. Just some friendly retracement reminders from Uncle Fibonacci. First retracement level being down at the 38.2% fib at 27.9. Failing a bounce from there will likely extend down to the 50% fib and retest our ascending channel's resistance now, acting as support at 27.7. Now over on the ding dong. We're also planted firmly above all three moving averages and are currently breaking out of our cute little cup and handle pattern, and the price probability of this pattern is, and sing it with me now, oh yeah, take the pull, you slide it all, the breakout point, and then we're all at 29.5-ish. Quick look at the Wookie. Sees we close the candle hella green, even breaking out and closing the candle up and above our symmetrical triangle. And now we're wrestling with the 200 moving average, which is our barometer of bullish prowess. Above her, we bullish. Below her, well, we bearish. But we made it out of the most historically bearish month September. With a 4% gain, that's a decent win. We're also above all three moving averages on all three timelines. That's another win. But keep your bear spray handy, my friends. It's usually when we're rejoicing, bullish euphoria, chalking up all them wins, when those pesky, stanky bears, will they come back in? And would you look at that, my friends? The sun's up. It's another beautiful day here on planet Earth. A day none of us are guaranteed. We're not guaranteed these days, but we're lucky enough to have them anyway. So get out there and knock them dead. And remember, we're playing the same game as our psychopathic elected leads. That's right, it's the long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. And we'll be going live right away, so grab yourself a coffee. Join me for a quick one and sing it with me now, won't you? I'll run the banks of boom to spank, Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey, whoa. Ching. Another beautiful day here on planet Earth. A day none of us are guaranteed. We're not guaranteed these days, but we're lucky enough to have them anyway. And here we are on a cold, drizzly, rainy day in Winnipeg, Manitoba. You know, the days I like. I like these days. I feel like I can do everything on this day. Like there's nothing holding me back. There's no FOMO of, oh, it's sunny out. We should go here or there. Where? I don't want to go there. Why? Because I don't like to go anywhere. I'll just stay here when it's nice and cloudy and rainy and everyone's at work. I love it when everyone goes to work and I can drive down the streets. It's like 3 a.m. kind of, but it's like 9:30 in Winnipeg. I know most big cities, it's just constant traffic. In Winnipeg, it subsides for little pockets after about 9 o'clock till about 4. Basically, pretty much, you know, a small city. Good morning, Das Beach, Terra Rooster, XRP A11Y, who happened to make his way to the Jimmy this weekend. That was quite the fun little trip. Getting to see someone who I've seen in the comment section come up to the Jimmy and in person come to the live piano show. So it was pretty cool. Thanks for coming up. Appreciate that, Chuck. Mad Faded Baby, Squeaky McGee, Sarah S., California, up early. Scotty Moe over on the East Coast. Boca Raton made this hat. Did the embroidery. Thank you, Scotty Moe. King of all T-shirts. Misco, pianomattyb, OG, happy birthday on Saturday, Misco. Sax 242, Brendan, Earth Scum, Patrick Russian, Snaky Bait Vapes. Over in BC. Louis Bernard, South Africa. Adam Dyson, Mario Gadanese. Adam Dyson. Again, did I say that? I must have wrote it down twice. Yo Daddio, Christopher, The Blue Wrench, Adam Sand, Get Off My Lawn. Will Boyd, Mike Loney, Sherry, Mr. Andy Walk, Louis H., David Sony Music, pianomattyb, OG, Baseball and Crypto. Gomez Trading in Idaho from the beginning, back in the BitBoy days when it was actually called BitBoy Crypto, and I would sing BitBoy Crypto Morning TA, Dave Digital, Car Meds. Mr. Andy Walk is in Mississippi, Ava Angel, Sarasota, Florida, and Adam Young, Canadian, in Newfoundland. Yeah, well, what a change of events, eh? Terra Rooster, markets are open, and look at that. Bitcoin climbs while gold and silver plummet with the new Costco gold purchase shopping. I haven't heard about that. You can buy gold from Costco. Do they have like that Costco discount? I don't know. I sold my gold gold about a week and a half ago. I kept two ounces of gold for, prosperity, or no, what is it? What is this? Not prosperity. What is that? Posterity? No, what is that word? Elwell Condrel, congrats on the 50 plus Friday night. Well, hey, I couldn't do it without you guys. We hit 59. Sarah S. sent me the screenshot of the 59. So we blew past 50, upwards 59. So I guess the goal, posterity, that's right, Sneaky Pete. So the goal would be 60. And of course, look at Fibonacci just walks across the street. Cars are stopping. And it just looks at the car. Anyway, couldn't do without you guys. So thanks for tuning in Friday and getting us up there, cranking up those views. It's now official. It's the biggest and best live dueling piano stream in the world. Is it the only one? Yeah. Doesn't matter though. It's still the biggest. And at 59, you have to remember this. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, was it maybe even 4? I don't know, about 3 years ago, I was doing those live streams to Sarah S., California. There might have been David Sony Music on there. And maybe, a couple stragglers. And I played for 2 hours, 3 hours, it was still fun. I still enjoyed myself. It was still fun to I knew Sarah from way back in the day. I don't know if we went to high school together, but we had the same friends. And did we go to the same school, Sarah? I'm not sure. And so to get to 59, I know it's not like a crazy amount of views, but for when you're sitting there playing to 2 to 5 people for a year, asking yourself, what am I doing this for? So you get to 59, makes us very happy. And we couldn't have done it without all you guys coming in and helping us out. Mr. Andy Walk, that was a great show Friday night. We played darts, drank beer, and listened to the whole show. Oh, cool. Mr. Andy Walk, are you in Mississippi? Is that what, or was I looking at someone else? For the love of Thailand, hello from the UK. The UK, it would be 8:12. It would be 2:12. The funny thing is about the weekends, yes, sir, Mississippi, Mr. Andy Walk, is that because he enjoyed the Twisted Sister, Wilbert. The funny thing about the Twisted Sister thing is that it can either go over gangbusters or it doesn't go over well for some reason. It's got to have a certain age group to really appreciate the, there's Tom Jones trying to crank the likes up. Get those likes up over 100. See what this week can do. If they're of a certain age, they really like it. If they're a little bit too young, they don't even know it. We're not going to take it. So it's almost like we're not going to take it. To me, it was a massive song. It was like maybe defined a year in the 80s. But I don't think it transitioned into what Gen Z or millennials would consider, shticky classic rock for some reason. They've never heard it before. So it's bizarre when we go into that song and it doesn't really work. The reason why I put a Bull Traptober is that I have a sneaky feeling, and it's just a feeling. It's not based on anything but my gut. September was, I guess you could call it bullish. What was it, a 4% run? And so naturally, after a green September, we generally do a hella bullish October. Like we're talking upwards of 40% gains, minimum 15% gains. So I just have a feeling the market likes to rip people's heads off and go the opposite way, especially when we start leaning. I feel like the boat if the bulls and the bears, I feel like everyone's kind of getting on the bullish side of the boat and starting to lean, and that's when I naturally kind of like get a little crowded, like, oh Jesus, getting a little bullish in here. So I have the sneaking suspicion that October might be a little bit of a downer. And now I don't want it to be a downer. I want it to keep going. I want this to just be the start and never really have that dip back down to 24K. So who knows? There's not too many fundamentals this week. It's kind of a quiet week from Old Scotch on the Rocks Booze Breath, Jerry Pow Pow. So there's nothing really to come in and move the market that much unless there's some black swanish people in the crypto sphere, the Twitter sphere, we find out that Elon Musk bought back into Bitcoin or something like that. Things that we don't see coming. If that comes, that could keep us up. But I always say, I'm not sure if the liquidity's back to keep the prices up. Now, we don't need liquidity to keep it going up. You played Simple Man for me by request. Thank you. I don't send money through YouTube because they take too much from me. Where can I send some XRP directly? Thanks, Mr. Andy Walk. I have my ETH address in the description. I think that's XRP. Isn't it ERC20 if you send it for there? If not, you know what? I'll put an XRP. Actually, but I think my XRP is my ETH. I could be wrong. And before you send it, maybe check it, but that's much appreciated, Mr. Andy Walk. Add to my XRP bags. What was I talking about? Was I talking about bullish October? 10-4, Mr. Andy Walk. Jeez, it's hard because my mind is talking about something, but my eyes are seeing the comments. And sometimes they go. I'm kind of like your typical Gen Zer that can't text and talk and listen. You know, when they're texting, you're like, and you're asking them a question, they're just silent. But what was I talking about October? I have a sneaking suspicion it might turn on us. I think I might have lost that. Bullish fundamentals. Is it true that moves off the 200 moving averages are always huge? Well, on the weekly, we are above the 200 moving average. And like I said in the video, above it, we're bullish. Above it, we're bearish. We don't spend too much time below it. We haven't, but the whole time we've been super bearish. The past, year has been under the 200 moving average. So if we can stay up there, we should be good. Oh yes, liquidity. I don't think... Okay, remember liquidity. pianomattyb, can you add monthly TA for us 4-year journeymen and women? Monthly TA. Well, every now and then I usually say, and if you like watching financial paint dry as much as I do, let's take a look at the monthly. I was going to do the monthly today, but I think I might save it for tomorrow because I got a call from old, what's his name? Historical Norm, to do some monthly stuff regarding the October closes in regards to bullish September. So liquidity, I don't think we need retail liquidity to keep the prices going up, but I do think we need retail liquidity to keep them from always dipping down. So, I mean, if you look at past, we'll get a pump and it'll immediately reject, which we've seen all last week, is basically candle up, candle down. And it's just there's not enough liquidity to maintain the price. So it'll just pump up and then whoosh, falls back down. But I think there's enough institutional money coming in that we're going to get higher highs. But without that kind of retail liquidity coming in after it, we may dip down all the time. And that's where we might see those lowers. But the reason why I say it might be a bull traptober is in my gut, I feel like we haven't returned to some low prices to knock out some Fibonacci lines from past dips and rips. And when I don't see those lines, like when I talk about a number a lot, like I think it was 24.2 or something like that. When I talk about those numbers multiple times, I start thinking, well, it's probably going to hit. It probably has to hit. I feel like it has to just get around there just to knock those numbers out of the big universal math of the charts. And it never hit that 24. Now, it doesn't mean it has to. But I feel like I said it enough that it might. Not that I want it to, but, you know, it may. Let's get where's Matty McConaughey to pump these likes? See if we can get him over a hundo. Can we hear FOMO in at the top at the end? Let me see if I have FOMO in at the top. I don't think I do. I do, but what I'm going to have to do is start another video and then look for it and put the video, because I actually meant to put FOMO in at the top on the weekend to close the show, but I didn't. What is it? Buy the dip, sell the rip? Was that one of those crazy sayings? That's what I kind of feel might be happening too. Buy the dip, sell the rip. So we'll see if that happens. The whole time we hit 59 viewers, Kyle is kind of he's a little oblivious to it. He doesn't really know. He wasn't there when I was playing to 2 to 4 people or 5 people for a year straight. So he kind of doesn't. It doesn't mean the same to him. To him, he says 59 viewers. He's like, oh, that's good. Yeah, that's great. But he doesn't know we got there. XRP A11Y was awesome listening to FOMO in person. See, the tough part about FOMO in at the top is that it's one of those songs for me that was like Wrong Turn. I wrote it so fast, and that's why it has its appeal, because there was no creative gray area. It just came out like a tap. Boom, there's the song. Happened in like hours, literally. So playing that in front of a live audience that doesn't know it. Oh, look, we're under 200 days to the halving. That's something. When I play that song, it's hard to fit in original songs in front of a live audience at certain points in the evening, because I have to get the train moving for the live audience. In Winnipeg, it's either a gangbuster crowd, like they're there to party and they're there to get loose, or they're like a hard sell. Winnipeggers are hard sells. That's why celebrities like to come here and walk the streets almost like anonymously. People don't really care here. So it's really hard to impress in Winnipeg to a certain degree. So sometimes I can't do those originals early because I'm trying to get the momentum building of the night, trying to get people into it. And then of course, once I get them into it, if I put in an original, there's a chance I might lose them with an original because they're just like, what? I don't know this. But I feel like FOMO in at the top and Wrong Turn, they sound like songs people have heard before. So I notice when I'm watching the crowd, when I play Wrong Turn, which is a slow song, but it's an original that people have never heard usually in the live audience. I can see them reacting like, I know this song. What song is this? I've heard it before, because it basically has the magic 4 chords, A minor, F, C, and G, which is the inverse of Don't Stop Believing, which is C, G, A minor, F. But it's actually an E. So, but that pattern, those chords are basically 90% of all popular songs are either the Don't Stop Believing chords. So let's call them C, G, A minor, F, and then you can also invert that chord structure and go A minor, F, C, G, and generally those songs end up becoming popular songs. For some reason, there's math in there that our ears kind of resolve to. Yeah. Colonel Crypto, we're at 91 likes. Almost there. Almost there. Maybe Matty McConaughey here. He's ooga, ooga, ooga. He can usually do it. Ween do a great cover of that song. What song's that, Earth Scum? Did I miss that? Ween does. I used to do a cover of Ween called Jesus. Sneaky Pete Vapes, thank you for the super chat. Love the morning live streams. I'm glad you're up this early because you're in BC. That means it's 6:25. I do feel Oh Hot for Teacher. Yeah, that's an awesome song too. I feel like I have a kinship with people that get up early now because it's like we know something. We know the trick. There's a trick in life, and it is getting up early. And I can honestly say that because I probably get up earlier than most people, but I also spent a solid 35, 40 years, 100 likes. There we go, my friends. Thank you very much. I spent a solid 40 years waking up at noon. I know that might sound like, hey, that would be nice to wake up at noon. And it wasn't the worst. But it was just because I went to bed so late because I had a bar and I played in a band and blah, 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 blah. You'll add thousands of followers by posting highlights from the squash courts. Storm chasing video. You're not early, just stayed up all night. Yeah, well, that's the funny thing. 10 years ago, 8 o'clock wouldn't be crazy for me to be getting home. And of course, I'm not doing anything good if I'm coming home at 8. Because generally, I would finish work at around 2 or 3 or whatever. And then I would go out. Can you imagine that? Going out at 3 a.m.? What? For what? What's the reason? And then I get to some party and then everyone would be doing the Trudeau's drug of choice, Coke. And then I'd just guzzle Coors Lights for a couple hours and then go home at 6. It's such a waste of time. That's why, as grateful as I am that I had Duke later in life, I was kind of a late blooming dad. It would have been nice to have kids earlier to avoid. See what happens I find anyway, when you get into your 30s and you're not a parent, so to speak, and you end up doing a lot of time killing because your purpose in life to a certain degree hasn't been fulfilled. And when I say purpose in life, I mean, I really feel my purpose in life was to be a dad. And it's what I enjoy most. So when I wasn't, I was just literally just like looking at my watch, killing time. Like, what am I doing? Oh, I guess I might as well party more and stay out till 6 or 8. Hey, there's Fibonacci, the cycle. Like, what is he looking at? He's looking in. He's such a weird cat. Earth Scum, we actually split our sets into 2. Half-hour set was all wing covers. Yeah, there was a wing cover that I'm going to actually bring back because it was such a crowd favorite, even to people that didn't know the song. You drive me crazy with that boogie, oogie, 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 oogie. You drive me crazy with that boogie, oogie. What is that song, Earth Scum? I can't remember what it's called. Auto Team, it's normalized demoralization. When you exit the party scene, you realize that scene is bonkers. Yeah, Voodoo Lady, that's right. Voodoo Lady, kicking that shit and driving me crazy. I like that song. I'm going to try to work it out on the piano. My friends who were early parents are now almost empty nesters. Yeah, well, it's weird. I have some young friends too in their like kind of mid-30s, so to speak. I know that's not young, but when they had kids, they were 18. They were 18, and now they're like 35. HG Woodward, thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. Thanks for being you, sticker. Thank you, HG. Where are you turning in from, HG Woodward? So now that they're 33 or 35, their kids are almost 20. And I mean, I look at them and they're like, well, aren't you 20? No, I'm 35. Well, you kind of look like you're 20. Actually, they don't. They look pretty old. They lost their hair. They got fat. But still. So I couldn't imagine being in your mid-30s and your kids are 20. But that was what happened. Like when my parents had me, they were 20. And they were just like, Florida. Nice. H.G. Woodward, thanks again for the sticker and the super chat. So it was normal for kids to get out of high school, get married, and have kids having kids. But that's why the 80s were so wild for us, because our parents were like 30. No, they were in their 20s, late 20s. And here we were just kids like, what do we do? Mom and dad, are you there? No, they're gone. Okay, well, I guess we're going to do whatever it is kids do. That doesn't happen anymore. I feel like being a parent now, it's like a full-time gig. So like when my mom was younger, she basically had to make breakfast and then we were gone all day. Now, if this kid has a day off, guess who's got a day off too? So, buddy, are you bearish or bullish today? Bullish. Let's do some shout-outs here. Let's do this first one, Misco.
Yeah.
So you got to say, hey, Misco.
Misco?
Dave Digital.
I don't see him.
In the blue, he's a mod. Dave Digital.
Oh.
Okay, you read it. XRP A11Y. You got to say their name and say, hey, good morning, XRP A11Y.
I don't know where that is.
Well, can't you see the names there?
No. I'm blind.
Jen Friesen. You know Jen Friesen.
No, I do not know who
Well,
Jen
now's the time to say good morning, Jen Friesen.
Good morning, Jen Friesen.
Dave Digital.
No. I don't see him.
Well, you don't have to see him. I'm going to call him out for you because you're playing games on a Monday morning. Mario Cantonese says, morning, Duke.
Wait, where? Oh.
Right there.
That was Mario.
It is Mario. What did I say?
Mario.
Well, Mario, tomato. This is a little more difficult than it is.
Yay, another day off.
No, you don't have a day
I
off.
don't want to go to school.
Are you whining? You know what happens to whiners. Hey, look, it's Kyle Mack. He says, can't wait to hear you sing us out, Duke. Okay, so let's finish this segment and sing us out, please. Let's go. Sing us out, buddy.
We're playing the same game as our psychopathic elected elites. That's right, it's a long game, so zoom out and have a fantastic day. When the banks to boom, the spank, Bitcoin, crypto, morning key.
And you're going to school. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
No!
Have a good day. See you tomorrow.
Make sure you like and subscribe and share the